Drum and bass to me is a refuge, a passion, an obsession, and an undying love.
Drum and bass is my life.
Drum and bass to me is everything.
Drum and bass to me, at one point I would have said everything, quick as a flash. Drum and bass is life.
Yes, mate! Welcome to the video. It is now 11:30 and I'm about to lock in, mate, to record a podcast with Josh, which I'm very excited about, which relates to this, and I'll get onto that in a minute. But first things first, let's do a morning recap, mate. Yes. So, this morning's focus was on FL Studio, mate, and also this. My progression with FL Studio so far is going slow and steady, but we are moving in the right direction. I am actually locking in all of the hours that I'm spending learning how to produce, so that at the end of it, whilst I'm not generalizable to everyone, I will be able to give you, say, a set amount of hours that it took me to get my head around producing with FL Studio, and then I'll also sort of lock in how long it takes me to get my first track together, even if it is like fucking over, I don't know, 500 hours, because I've clocked in 5 hours so far in the past week. And yeah, to be honest with you, I'm not very far into it at all. I'm probably about 1% in terms of my knowledge. So I'm taking a very slow and steady approach to it. I'm not trying to cut any corners, take any shortcuts. I found this dude who's got like a flat out YouTube video playlist on how to use FL Studio, not relating to drum and bass, just relating to FL Studio. And I'm trying to get my head around all of the functions and how to sort of dissect even more into each part of it, rather than going straight into a how to make a drum and bass track tutorial. Learn how to make a basic drum and bass track without actually knowing what all of these functions or features are and how to manipulate them, mate. So yeah, I'm actually treating it like a degree. Like, my brother studied producing. I know so many people who study music production at university, at college. It's fucking complicated, so therefore I'm treating the YouTube videos as lectures. I'm literally making fucking ridiculous notes. Like, I'm only on lecture 2, video 2. Each video is like 10 to 20 minutes long, and I'm writing so much. So that's the approach that I'm taking to it. Might be the right way, might be the wrong way, but I am like really taking it seriously, and I just trying to get my head around it as we go along. Geez, so then you might be thinking, well, how the fuck are you finding time for this when you've got all of your other stuff that you say you're doing or are doing? And basically it just comes down to prioritization. So yes, I do have a lot of things going on, but I structure my time so that I prioritize what needs to get done first and then rotate through that sense. So if I've got YouTube videos that I want to upload for a certain date, then obviously that will take priority the closer I get to that date. However, if it's like a week away, then it will be at the bottom of the prioritization, and I can focus on things like FL Studio. Project X, Project Y don't really have an end date. I have a rough date in which I want to sort of bring them to light, but again, they're not need to be completed for a week's time. So yeah, it's just prioritizing what you have, the tasks that you have, and then structuring your time to play to your strengths as well. I spoke about it in a previous video, but everyone's different in terms of when they're most productive. So I like to be creative at certain times of the day, and I find that in the morning my focus is better than in the evening when it comes to learning. So that's why I'll put my FL Studio learning in the morning, sort of between 7 AM and say 9 AM. And then if I'm doing more creative relating stuff, I can do that in the morning. I do like to do that in the morning, but I can also do that in the evening. So like mixing, for example, I'm happy to do mixing in the evening because I fucking love it. So yes, mate. Right, other things I quickly want to talk about are the weigh-in this morning. I have dropped, I think, nearly 1 kilo from last week, but last week was oh no, that's not true. Okay, this is a bit fucked up actually. I'll try and explain. But the weigh-in that I showed you guys was 36, it wasn't even fucking 36, 73.6 kilos. I then weighed in the day after, and I weighed in at 74, which is fucking ridiculous because like 1 week in I was meant to be losing weight and I'd gained like half a kilo, which is obviously less than ideal. Maybe we can talk about more about that in the future. Probably won't actually, so there you go. then weighed in today and I was 73.1, so technically a kilo down from last week, but only about 0.6 kilos down from the starting weight 2 weeks ago. I'm kind of now back on track to what I wanted to achieve, which is fucking naughty, mate. Right, so I'm going to overlay now, but yeah, me and Josh are going to be recording a podcast all about fucking the drum and bass documentary that went live on the 25th of May, I believe. And I'm not going to go into this because if you want to hear what I have to say about it, then check out the podcast. I know it's going to be a fucking sick podcast. Even though we haven't recorded it yet, I'm very excited to record it, and therefore I know it's going to be fucking naughty. And I've also spent all morning basically rewatching this, which I feel like I've taken more value from it watching the second time round than the first time round. I've written 1,349 words, not transcribing it obviously, but almost paraphrasing it, taking down keynotes to relay into the podcast. I want to put a lot of time, energy into the podcast because I want to make it a good big one. So yeah, that's kind of the other thing that I spent doing this morning. If you haven't watched this documentary, please watch it. It's fucking incredible. But like I said, listen to the podcast and it's gonna explain a lot more about what I've taken from this and what I feel like everyone else will take from it as well, mate. On the topic of podcasts, I released the Weekly Chat Shit Show 2 episodes with my sister yesterday. They were basically mini parts to an overall series about education, our experience of education. So part 1 was primary school, secondary school, where we felt like we fit into that whole kind of educational paradigm. And then the college one is a separate part, so you guys can listen to them like individually. And then we're going to record the university one. It's the college one that I disclose something that I've never told anyone before, like quite a big secret. So yeah, definitely check that one out. But fucking naughty, mate, I'm late to record this podcast. So Josh, mate, I know you'll be watching this. I apologise. This is the reason why I'm late. Yes, mate. Okay, mate. It's actually the next day now. It's Sunday. It's about 1:45-ish. Yesterday was a bit of a weird one, so I went to do some mixing. Did actually record a dance floor mix. Made it go live. Listened to it like a few hours later and realised that the second half of it was not very good, mate. Like lyrics were over-crashing. That's not the right terminology, mate. Lyrics were overlapping on each other and it just didn't sound very good. So basically what ended up happening is I was mixing, and then after I'd finished mixing, I just felt like absolute fucking trash. It was so weird. Like I literally just felt like my stomach was so bloated. I felt pretty sick. I felt like just proper spaced out and weird and just not very good in general. So decided to sack off training completely. I knew that that session would have been absolute shit and would have just accumulated like pointless fatigue for no reason, and mentally I would have just not been enjoying it. So it was raining as well, which wasn't ideal. So what I ended up doing was literally just going for like a quick 40-minute walk, like mainly under trees, so I was covered, clear my head, listen to some podcasts. And then this is a tip for you guys as well. So usually I do my weekly food shop on a Sunday, but because it was raining yesterday and I wasn't feeling very good, wasn't going to be very creative, wasn't going to get much done, I was like, right, let's just get shit done that tomorrow, when I'm hopefully feeling better, I've had a better sleep, etc., I can be more productive and just have a better day in general. So for example, yesterday it was raining, couldn't really do much, was feeling like shit. So what did I do? I went food shopping, because that's something that I can do mindlessly. I can listen to podcasts and music, get it done, and that's a task that I don't have to get done today. Woke up today, had a really fucking good sleep, got loads of shit done this morning, did practice on FL Studio, which was good. I actually edited some of this video that you're watching now, and I'm just feeling a lot better in general, mate. I'm about to record now, not a dance floor mix, but a high energy mix, mate, because I put up a post on my private Facebook group a while ago now, to be fair, saying that let me know your energy tracks below. I'll put it into a mix for you, mate. So I'm going to get on a bit of a level. I've kind of set up my setup now. I've just recorded some car videos, mate. Look at these. Yes, mate! Check out this new music from Clue, mate. This track is called Matter, and it's fucking naughty, mate.
The explanation of gravity is that matter bends.
I like this track, mate, because it talks about space, mate, and gravity. It's like when I'm at the sesh, mate, and I'm a bit too wonky, and I can't feel my legs anymore. I'm floating, mate. I'm floating, mate! Whoa, mate! Space! Whoa! Come on! Gravity! Space! Fuck off!
in space.
Yes, mate! Check out this new music coming from Jando, mate. This track is called Distressed, mate. And I heard it for the first time when my mum came into my bedroom in the morning and was like, Mr. Raving Face, mate! You need to wake up, mate! And I was like, what do you mean, Mum? What's the time? 3 a.m. What? Yes! Oi! Wake up! Yes! Okay, I'm awake! Yes! Oi! Fuck off! Yes! Wake up! Awake! Whoa, mate! But yeah, so I haven't actually got the setup completely up and running, so what I need to do is get my laptop, etc. I'll go and do that now, but I'll record some of this mix and hopefully it all goes well, and I hope you fucking enjoy it, mate. And then we'll hop into what we're going to be doing afterwards. Actually, we'll go straight into what we're going to be doing afterwards, because I don't want to make the video like too much longer than it needs to be. I'm really trying to keep every single video like under fucking 20 minutes, which even in itself is quite long, but it's very difficult, mate, when you talk as much as me. Jeez, so yeah, basically gonna record this mix, then gonna do a big upper body session. I'm gonna train lower body tomorrow, basically just like rotated. I've decided I'm gonna do 2 days on, 1 day off, like completely now with my training. I think that's the best way to approach it, to keep me motivated, recovery, etc. Mate. Yeah, so enjoy the mixing, enjoy whatever footage I get of the session, if I film anything, and we'll check in later for a physique comparison, mate. Jeez, oh, I weighed in this morning, and I weighed in at 72.9 kg, mate. That's fucking naughty. Yes. Yes, right, mate. It is Wednesday, 20 to 5. I'm just wrapping up the work day, mate. But just went and finished editing this naughty video, which is going to go live tonight. So you guys who watch this on Wednesday, the 10th of June, mate, that's when this clip is being recorded right now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of the basketball footage, mate, with my mix there. I actually have been playing a shitload more basketball, and I've really been getting back into it this week. But I'm going to go into that in the next video, mate, that I'll be filming this weekend. But yeah, my kind of mindset towards where I want to channel my goals relating to fitness is changing a little bit, at least for now anyways, whilst gyms aren't open, mate. Jeez, so yeah, didn't actually get up to much more on that day. So that was Sunday. I did record a new podcast episode with my little sister for the weekly chat shit show, mate. We recorded the final part to our series of the educational experience, mate. So yeah, if you haven't listened to the parts 1 and 2 about primary school, secondary school and college, mate, learning about my experience at all of them, then definitely check them out on the weekly chat shit show on Spotify. And yeah, this one was about university, and it was fucking crazy thinking back to it, and you guys will learn. I've broke down every single year at university and what it was like for me, and every single year was so different. So yeah, it's a fucking big podcast episode. It's going to be out on Monday, so it won't be out yet. But yeah, sort of start of next week, mate. Anyways, I appreciate everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will fucking see you in the next one, mate. Yes, mate.